one thing that has always been fascinating to me as long as I can remember is an amazing setup tour. Like, have those multiple monitor setups, and it just looks so cool. And like, I remember at that point when I was watching those videos, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, how cool would it be for me to have this kind of setup? Put aside the fact that it increases productivity, it makes you more efficient, all of that, like, it just generally would be cool. And so a couple of years later, after spending a lot of my money, I was able to build a kind of cool setup. Not the best in terms of cable management, in terms of equipment, but pretty decent. So I thought, why not take this chance to show you guys my brand new setup. So come along. So the first thing I want to talk about is this chair. Now, I've seen many setups where people have like amazing, expensive gaming kind of chairs which look super awesome and super comfy. But for me, it never made sense to spend so much of money on chairs. So initially, when I started editing on my computer, that is on the Mac Mini, I first used to use an exercise ball and I used to sit on that. But the problem is, when I start editing, I edit till I finish that video. So that would be around 10 to 15 hours, and 10 to 15 hours sitting on that exercise ball was not the best. I mean, I didn't feel all that comfortable and I just felt more and more exhausted. So that's when I decided to invest in a decent chair. Now, this is not any crazy expensive chair. This is the exact same chair that was in the hospital I was doing my internship at, and I used to love sitting on this very chair. So that's the main reason I bought this chair. In terms of mic, I have this podcasting mic and I have a lapel mic which I use depending on the situation and depending on what I'm recording, where I'm recording, and all that kind of jazz. And in terms of the stand, I actually bought the stand yesterday. Before this, I used to mount the podcasting mic on the boom arm and I used to attach it here. So this is a place I've removed the drawer. The problem with this was this became behind me, and so to get the mic at a proper angle where it would record me well was very hard. I mean, you must have seen it in my videos. It was always at an awkward position. That's the reason I got this stand. And so far, I mean, it's been a day, but this stand is versatile and it's awesome and I'm loving it already. Now, in terms of table, this is not a fancy desk. It is not really big. It does not go into a standing position and a sitting position. This is actually a really old table that's been in my house probably for hundreds of years. And I just took it and I made it functional to me. So there was a drawer over here. I took out this drawer and I used to attach the boom mic. And also my Bluetooth speaker is mounted inside this drawer. And when I'm editing, I use these headphones because the Bluetooth speaker has a latency. So it's just much better to edit with headphones. So these are the headphones I use. Now these headphones and this mic I attached to the single audio jack of the Mac Mini using a splitter.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Now, coming to the main part of this setup, this entire setup is powered by the 2020 M1 Mac Mini, which honestly is an absolute beast. Like, this is the first computer that I've purchased that I've used for editing, because before this I used to edit on my Android phone, and after I purchased this Mac Mini, I mean, it just handles everything with absolute ease. Even 4K footage you throw at it and it's just so smooth, and I can do multitasking. Now, initially I only had this one 4K monitor, which is amazing. This monitor is amazing, but I recently upgraded to a second monitor which I've made it vertical for the main reason that I needed more real estate for editing. So when I'm editing, I have this entire monitor with my editor, and I have my folders, the Google Chrome, the music, the video files, everything just dumped over here. So it just becomes easy to just drag and drop it into the editor. Before this, when I used to edit, I had my editor on the entire screen, and if I needed to get any audio file or any video file, I had to minimize or make the editor half the screen and then open the folder in the other half and then drag and then make the editor full screen again. So this was really time consuming and irritating for me. So that's the reason why I got the second monitor. The second monitor is not 4K, it's a 1080p display, but that's fine for me because I'm not watching or doing anything on this. It's just for me to dump my folders and my files so that the editing process becomes very simple. Also, another benefit of this monitor is I can mirror my entire phone on this monitor, so I don't have to look at this small screen. I can literally mirror whatever I want from the phone to this monitor. And in terms of cable management, well, I don't even know the definition of that word, because you can see everything is so messy. I literally have no patience for cable management. So the cable management I do is try to dump everything behind a monitor. Only here all the cables are visible, which I'll probably get something to keep over here so that it will cover these cables, and that's my cable management. Anyways, this is my desk setup. I know it's not really fancy and not as cool as the other desk setups out there, but I'm really proud of it, and I spent a lot of money on it, so I am very happy with it. And for now, this is it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you like and you because the videos are going to get so much better now that I have so much more real estate for editing. So I'll see you guys in the next one.